creator of Voyago Sites. And we are only going to keep this one short today unless somebody shows up with some questions, because I have checked our tickets and we do not have any demo tickets for today. So if someone shows up live and has public chat questions, I'd be happy to do some demos for them as well. But I'll just kind of give a quick overview real quickly. Voyago Sites is a DIY builder with help from us at Suitcase Designs of travel agent websites. Travel advisors deserve great looking websites, and we want to help give it to them. All you gotta do is go to voyagosites.com, click Get My Voyago Site, and you can get that for either $35 a month billed yearly or $39 per month billed monthly. And then you choose from one of 3 templates right now. These templates are set up to be responsive to any screen size. So you are ready to go. You don't have to worry about trying to make it look good on different screen sizes like so many DIY solutions out there. These are already set up to do that for you. So we're ready to go in that sense. We don't want you to have to, scramble with that kind of, functionality, because it's hard to deal with. But they're all set up, they're ready, they're optimized for travel advisors, and set straight to kind of push people towards conversion for you. Really goes through and lays out, why your service is the problem solver for them. So I'm going to jump over to this is a temp site that we've been doing some different things on. So if you want to edit your site, you'll end up signing in and you'll show up at your dashboard. It'll look like this. And then you just go to pages and choose the page you want to edit. So we're going to go to our home page, edit with Elementor. Just hover over it and then choose that link. And that's how you're able to start editing the page. If you go to our help library, so I'm going to go back over to outside the editor. There's a help library on Voyago Sites. You click on that, and this is going to be able to walk you through everything you need to really worry about when building your site, from design to actually writing the website. So, we'll explore more under design here. So, how to customize colors, fonts, and layouts, replacing placeholder images with stock and personal photos, adding your own pages, and when not to. So let's look at customizing colors, fonts, and layouts. So we'll go to that category. So you can see it's step by step. It tells you how to walk through the editor to find everything. All our colors and fonts are hooked to the global settings. So if it says, top left-hand corner of the editor, 3 horizontal sliders icon labeled site settings. So top left-hand corner, these 3 horizontal sliders, click on that, and there's site settings right there. And global colors, global fonts. So if you want to change your colors, you click on that, and you can see right here on the you can see what they look like in real time. Let's change that to a dark red. So you can see your colors in real time, how they affect your website, how they've already been set up. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Let's change this one into the red area as well. So that's going to give me a pink tint that looks good with it. My background neutral, I'm pulling that into the red. Oops, background neutral 2, pull it into the red, click off. And so I'm doing things that here are kind of complementary. So you want to make sure your colors are complementary with each other. Right now, that orange and blue kind of don't look that way. So what if I pulled those off into, again, the same red hue? You can pull the slider. You can move the color picker up at the top. You can put in your hex codes. However you want to pick out your colors. So we're going with a red across the board today. Everything has a red tint in my palette today. Primarily, we're doing that just for ease of use, to show you how you can coordinate colors really easily if you don't have a full color palette yourself. You can go in there and just kind of adjust those sliders, and now everything really still goes together and really looks really well. So we'll save those changes. You click that pink button and down bottom left-hand corner, save the changes. And then I'm going to go top arrow by site settings backwards and go to global fonts. And the fonts in here are the fonts that are in here are the full range of Google fonts to choose from. So I'm going to go into primary here and choose a new font for my primary font. And you can see that this primary, this hero font just changed in the hero section. We'll do it again where it's really noticeable. There it is. You can see how noticeable that is. You want to pick one that goes with your brand really well. There are a lot of choices in here. So you pick the font that really works for you and your brand. Maybe you have a font that's already chosen, like that kind of came with your brand kit. It's a Google font. If it's in there, you can use it. We don't have the ability to upload custom fonts in here right now. I'm going to pick this one, and then I feel like the size should be bigger. It's the hero section. We want to make a splashy entrance. So you can adjust this size slider here to, be ridiculous size. So, some sites, this looks really good on, depending on what you're saying there. So let's make it big. Let's say I want a 100 point font there, 100 pixels. And you can adjust that across the different screen types. So you see here, right here, it's got the tablet portrait, desktop, tablet portrait, mobile portrait. So to mobile, and that's already kind of adjusted small there for that. But you want to make sure that it looks good across the screen sizes, especially if you're doing a large font like that, because you don't want it to push it off the side of the screen. You can adjust the weight of the font, heavy, bold, extra thin, really do what works for you. You can transform it, all uppercase, all lowercase, capitalize it, and normal. So those are things you have the ability to actually affect. Style, italic. Not every font will respond to this, but most fonts do. You can adjust the letter spacing and the line height as well there. We're going to jump out of there. We're going to save those changes real quick. Scroll down. You can see I got secondary fonts here. We're going to change that to the same font. It's good to use maybe 2 or 3 fonts. Don't get, crazy with too many fonts, because they'll compete for attention and take away from your messaging. So think about that. Text is already on enter. Okay. And accent, I'm going to make that tight. We're going to make it extra bold. We're going to give it a little letter spacing. This will come out when I refresh everything. Save changes there. And then you can see through here how these things have been changing. And then the block headings and small headings, I'm going to change those. You just saw all those change across the page. Small headings, I'm going to do the same thing. So across the page, save those changes. My font's just all updated and I can see it in real time. I can also click this button that says show global settings right here up in the top left-hand corner. And that'll show, well, it didn't show it this time because I've already been on the page. It should show basically a layout of your settings, like not live, but just say, okay, each one side by side. Here's your primary, here's your secondary size wise. That'll give you an idea of what they look like side by side. But let's go backwards here. Not a lot here you have to worry about otherwise, that we've already got the settings taken care of for you there. So just X out of site settings, and you'll be back in the editor of the page. Okay, you can see it's still rolling the circle here in the left-hand side. Okay, now we're there. All right. So my headline, relaxing family vacations. Let's say it's relaxing Disney vacations. Actually, let me refresh the page here. Reload. Sometimes after you do the site settings, it's good just to refresh the whole page. There we go. Okay. Relaxing Disney vacations. That'll update here in a second. There we go. We plan vacations for families too busy to do it themselves. We plan theme park vacations. Now that's a pretty small text. It's hard to read right there. So let's go to style, see what we've got in chosen text there. Let's choose secondary. That's a little bigger. Let's choose small headings. That looks a little better. And then block headings. You want it to be legible, especially up here, in your hero section. You want to make a splash. Plan my adventure. If you want to change the button text, you click over the pink pencil that surrounds the button. And right here where it says text up here in the edit button side, let's go to Disney. So you can see that changed this button, but didn't change the button up here. You do have to change each button individually if you want them all to say the same thing. And I recommend that they do say the same thing, because that really helps your visitors know that that is the next step they should be taking when they're on your site. So let's publish that. You want to click the pink publish button up in the top right-hand corner to keep these things saved. So I'm going to see this pink handle. It's got 6 dots right up here at the top of the picture. And click on that, and it's going to say edit container over in the top left-hand corner. And you go to style, and I want to change that picture. We're going to choose a different image. So you can upload files from your own files, or you can go to instant images. And this allows you to search for images across different public domain stock photo libraries. And we'll find a good one that works for us. This one looks really cool. So let's select that. Okay, that is our new background. You can see the position is center right here. Attachment is fixed, so it kind of slides by. If you want to say more center, bottom center, let's go to the default. So you can kind of see here a little better layout that doesn't slide by on attachment. So if you have attachment fixed, you can slide by like this. But this part here really doesn't do much. The default center, you're not going to get a lot of action out of that as far as moving the picture the way this is set up. But that container now is set up to slide by that photo. It gives a nice luxury type feel, a little bit higher end website. You can go to layout here. Right now we're set to 79 on VH. That's view height, the vertical height. Let's set that to 100. So what that does is 100% of your viewfinder is going to have that picture in it. And that's what that shows like that. 90, maybe 80. So keep it 79 to 80. Publish that because I like having the bottom 3 benefits there available in most screen sizes if that's available. Another thing you might want to do is on this container, this picture, go to background overlay, and you can adjust the overlay. So the darkness of that overlay, the opacity. What that helps do is helps your text pop still. But you can also adjust the tint of that overlay. Give it a pink tint, like a deep red. Still working for you, still seeing the overlay. Let's go to normal. There you go. So you can see the overlay of the red there versus the overlay of the black. The black really allows the other colors to shine through still while giving you a shadow over it. But you can tint that if you want to. You can even do this gradient tint. So let's do that. And you can adjust that in different ways, move these sliders to see how it looks for you. So you can give a little bit of a pink tint to the clouds there that way, while still being able to read all your text really well. And when you want to save that, you click Publish. And that's kind of how you want to edit your hero section. Do things like, walk through those type of steps. And all this is in the help library, how to customize these things. And you don't have to do all these steps. It's already set up. You can just drop in photos and text and be ready to go. You don't have to go through everything and get that complicated. For these, click on the pink handle. It says add an icon list. If you don't expert guidance, maybe you're talking, weight and less lines because you're going to show, give them a benefit. You can change those to whatever works for you there. When you're editing photographs, so these aren't containers. So you see the pink pencil over the photograph right there in the top right hand corner. Click on that and it's a photo. Let's choose another Disney image. Country Bear Jamboree. Here's a nice castle again. Click that on there. And then this other photograph right here, we're going to choose an image for that. And I'm going to choose, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That comes through okay. Publish those. So that's how easy it is to change the photos here. And you want to go through and do that all the way through your site and edit these until it is set up in the way you want it to read. You want the benefits, and rename these sections. Don't just leave it benefits section. Don't just leave it process section. Call it your method. This is the moonshot method. You want to let them know how easy it is to work with you. Benefits working with you. Give it a new name. And again, we have prompts and stuff in our help library to help you with this stuff, to name the benefits. So you want to think of transformative outcomes here. This isn't the real name of the section, but I want you to think of this section that way. The benefits section should be transformative outcomes of your service. What do they get out of it? Not just features of your service, not just, planning dining reservations or lightning lanes or anything like that. You want to talk more to, they get to take in every detail, they get to be immersed in the experience while you've helped them every step of the way. You want to think about those things that they're really shopping for, because that's what they want out of it. What are the emotional things they want out of the trip? Testimonials. Obviously, if you have testimonials, put them in there. If you don't, you want to hide the section for now. Click on the 6 dots on the handle above the section here at the top. Go to advanced. Go to responsive. And that tells you can hide on desktop, tablet, and mobile. So you can hide these sections until you have testimonials ready to fill them in. So advanced, responsive, hide. And you can do that with anything on the site. And then click publish to save that. So when you look at the live site, this testimonial section won't be there. So we're going to click this eyeball up in the top right-hand corner to preview changes. So that's going to show us our live site right now. And we're going to scroll down to where those testimonials would have been. They're not there anymore. Hidden, out of sight, out of mind. So right here between features and the method, the process, right there, good to go. The feature section, this is where you want to list more tangible things like, you're going to help them with their transfers from the airport, their lightning lane selections, touring plans, dinner reservations, resort selections, things like that. Tell them, they'll have maybe a, help with the app. You'll teach them how to learn the app or something, things like that. And then the frequently asked questions. Obviously, you want to fill out your frequently asked questions. So you click on these. You can see over here on the right-hand side, you type your questions into here in the right-hand side. And then under every question, there's a text box to edit. So you click open question 2, click on that text box, and you can edit the text in that text box. So tell them, anytime anybody asks you a question, that's good to put in your FAQs. If you've heard it more than once, it's an FAQ. Over here, all these red buttons right now are linked to a schedule page. So if you click on that, it's going to take you to a scheduling page, and you can edit this page. You can edit this page. Obviously, you want to put text here, tell them what's going to happen next. Then you can put, they can fill out this form and it'll send you a message. But also on this page, when it's being edited, you could embed a Calendly calendar in this page if you wanted to. There's a field for that that's in the editor. So just think about how you want to do your scheduling. Or you can put the Calendly link straight on the buttons so they never even come to this page. Put all the buttons to the Calendly link and it just opens up your Calendly or your Turn scheduler or your Microsoft Bookings or TidyCal, whatever you're using. But at least it's got it set up to submit a form so you can get an introductory message to you as well. We'll go through these other pages real quick. The About page, you're able to put in credentials. There's a carousel built in so it can scroll through your credentials for you. You want to talk about, introduce yourself, but you also want to introduce, what your experience, how that benefits the client, because that's what they're looking for. What makes you different? Tell them that, I've been to Disney 10 times, in the last year, and that experience is going to help me do all these different things for you. So you get to have this kind of time. I added Disney Cruises Hawaii. Basically, each one of these looks like what the services page looks like. It'll have the process. It'll have a place for your certifications. So you want, like if you're doing the Disney page, make sure you got your Disney certification on there. If you're doing a cruise page, put your cruises, different cruise lines you're certified in on there. But that's what a service page would look like. And then we've got a blog set up. So the blog is set up already for you with just this Hello World blog. And then you'd be able to add posts. And this is how they'd come out over here. And you click read more. And they'd be able to see, your blog posts. This one, obviously, it's unrelated to Disney. It's got Disney photos with website pictures. Their website text. This one's about, I just texted in whatever. I'll show you how to put those posts in next. So for on your dashboard, so hover over, if you're in the editor, click the E, go to exit to WordPress, and go to posts on the left-hand side of your dashboard menu. And this is where you're going to add a post. and you get to type right into here. Type your post right into here or copy and paste it from a Word doc. You'll set the featured image right here. So whatever image you want to be, the hero picture for the post at the top, you pick it out of here, set that featured image, and you can add an excerpt here. This is what the text will actually be on the card. You go backwards. The excerpt is text that would go on this card. You don't have to have one. You can see I don't have them on mine. Title will come through the card. The featured image will come through the card. The date you posted will come through. So that all really helps benefit you, because it's all set up for you already. All you have to do is write the posts, and you can blog, and you should blog maybe at least once a month for consistently answering questions people are searching for. You really want to do that because it's going to help your SEO. It's going to help your the level of expertise people see in you if you are answering questions they are searching for. So you can do that just by going to Google and saying, start typing into Google best Disney, say best Disney resorts, best Disney World resorts. So let's start with that. Best Disney resorts, and then see all these auto finishes. People are searching for this. People are literally searching for these things. So these are great blog posts for adults, for kids, for families, for Christmas to stay at, for toddlers, for young kids, for large families, for couples. All of those are being searched for. Another thing you can do is scroll down and find related products and services. Top 10 Disney World resorts, best hotels near Disney World with shuttles. These are also great things that are stuff people might be searching for, or people also ask, you want to look at this too. People also ask, what resort is the best? What is the 3-2-1 rule? What's the best place to stay for Disney World? What is the Disney 60-10 rule? And so people are searching for those. You can be the one that helps write a post for that. This shows you other results for it, but there's no reason that you can't have stake a claim to some expertise out there on the web for these as well. You can see they just start filling in. There's so many here. What's a code 70? What's a 120-minute rule? It's $3,000 enough. These are great questions to answer with your blog. So whatever your niche is, focus on that, write about it. The headline is this: what is the lowest rated Disney park? What is the most visited Disney resort? That's the headline. You don't want to get cute with the headline. You want to be clear. So best Disney World resorts for toddlers. There you go. Start writing a blog about it. People are going to be searching for it. And the more often you do this consistently, the higher you're going to eventually rank. SEO is a long game. This is something you want to build over time, and it's going to cement your expertise in your niche. So that's how you do the blog. We'll go back out here. Yes, I want to leave this post because we're not saving anything there. You can click on your analytics here up the left-hand corner. After you've been able to be live for a while, you'll start seeing this all fill in. Visitors to your site, and don't look for lots of visitors. You want the right visitors. So make sure your site is talking to your ideal client. You can't attract everybody. That's not going to work. You want to talk to your ideal client in your niche and be the expert for that area. And that's how you're going to attract a lot of people that work and are aligned with you. So you might not see lots of visitors here, but you're hoping to see the right visitors that turn into conversions. You can see what blog posts are most popular by clicking blog posts here. It'll tell you, if you list the blog posts down here, how many views they got, what day in the last 30 days. You can filter how long you want to go back. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Refers, you can see where people are coming from. Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from Google? Are they typing in your website directly? And that'll really help you understand, especially for advertising on social media, or you're doing a big social media campaign in some way. Is it working? Is it getting people to your site? But that is where I'm going to wrap it up for today. Again, if you have any questions in the future, feel free to put them in our forum. the Voyago Sites Voyago Sites users group on Facebook, or if you're a user already, put it into a service ticket, and I'll be happy to do a demo on the next office hours, of whatever you want to see. So thank you for watching this delayed. Whenever you do get around to watching it, and just let me know what questions you might have. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.